Hey guys, Apav here. Welcome to another special video. In this video I wanted to talk about a third-party app that I found for the PSP a while back when I was modding my PSPs. There is a application that you can get on PSP, I believe without even modding it, called Booker. Now, Booker is an ebook reader. It can read simple ebooks. And this came out kind of in the height of early PSP modding, and while this was going on, someone decided to take Booker and make a Bible app for the PSP. Now, they could have just made it a very simple Bible app where you have the Bible and you flick through the pages, but they actually made it super in-depth, and it's one of the best Bible study softwares that's free that I've found. Nowadays you can find similar things for your phone. A lot of them still require an online connection for a lot of their extra features, whereas this is completely offline, it's completely local. You can just copy it to as many PSPs as you want. Now, if you're not a gamer, the PSP stands for PlayStation Portable. It came out in 2005, and it kind of could do everything the modern iPhone can do, but it was primarily for gaming. So the fact that this is even on here is pretty dang cool. I got my PSP here all hooked up to my PVR, so I'm gonna show you around this app. It's called The Good Booker. So it's Booker, but it's the good book. Now, they even have several translations of the Bible for this. The only English one is KJV, because at the time it was pretty much the only public domain Bible you could get your hands on. I would love if they create a package for this to get the World English Bible on here, because it's now in the public domain. But it seems fairly complicated to get an entire Bible on here. But let me just go through some of this stuff. So the controls can be fully customized. That's not a big issue though. What is crazy is you can customize the font and everything. So you can change the background color and the foreground color, the color of the font. You can also just straight up change the font. You can add font files to the original file and change the font to whatever you would like. Here's some basic information on the application. Now, on Booker, you would normally open a file here, but instead you open Book, and you can actually just straight up select whatever book of the Bible you want to look at, which is a lot faster than just flipping through every page of the Bible. Again, most apps can do this, but this is like 2007. So let's go down to John 3:16. So I'm in the book of John. This is actually my font choice. People might prefer to just read it black on white with a more basic text, but this is what I preferred. I thought it kind of also fit the theme of KJV. So you can press L or R to go from book to book. So if I press the right trigger, I go into Acts. Up and down brings you up and down the page. You can also change the size if you want more on the screen. This was just the easiest to read on such a tiny screen. Then you press circle and square to go chapter to chapter. So let's go back to John, go over twice to John 3, go on down to John 3:16. Now here, I can press triangle. And this is what's interesting. I can search for any word in the entire book of John or any book. And this isn't like keywords. I can just search for a word that might not even exist anymore and it'll show up, or just like the instances of a few characters. So this is really good for searching through an entire book in a very detailed manner. I found that really useful. But here's the other thing that I think even a lot of apps don't have. You can go down to Greek for current verse. You can also do Hebrew for current verse if you're in the Old Testament. And it will show you Strong's Concordance for each word. John 3:16 being, for God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten son, that whosoever. You know the rest. It shows each and every word, and then you can just click on it. It shows you the Hebrew or Greek word and a definition of that word and the reference number. So this is one of the first apps that I know of that you can get really easily and just go through the entire Bible and have access to every original Greek or Hebrew word. It is insanely useful. And this is the feature that I think makes this one of the best study tools, because even some apps don't have this locally. I use some apps, and a lot of times when I go to church, I don't have cell service, and I can't actually cross-reference any of the words with the Hebrew or Greek because it requires an internet connection. So at one point, I was actually bringing my PSP to church, which is kind of funny because people think I'm playing a video game. So this was the main thing I wanted to show you guys that this app can do. And I think that's why there's not too many versions that were ported to it, because this probably requires you to have some level of code in each and every word in the Bible, I would think. But there's a bit more, some basic features, like you press select to bring up your tools and you can add bookmarks, and then jump to your bookmarks. I guess I bookmarked James 1:7. Let's see what happens if I bookmark James chapter 2 verse 1. Yeah, and then that's there, and then you can just easily delete it. Okay, so that's how that works. There's also just quicker navigation tools here if you need them, and you can rotate the screen. So actually, if you wanted to read the Bible this way and not this way, you can do that. Now let's just search a word, although I'm in James. This is also an interesting way of doing texting on a PSP. Since there's no touchscreen or anything, you're actually using the analog stick. You push in any direction of these letters, and then you use one of the 4 buttons to select one of the 4 characters that you slide to. So if I'm in the bottom left, square is R, X is S, and circle is T. This is easy enough to get used to, and I'm surprised more programs didn't use it on devices like this. This is just such an easy way to throw in a text pad on a device like this. Back then, a lot of them would have you individually arrow over to one of these sections, and then say to get to C, you would have to click on a button 3 times to get over to C. So this is pretty innovative for its time. Let's just search for the word man, because I don't know. And there we go. This is every instance of man appearing in James. And then you can just press start and open any other book at any time. So those are some of the reasons why this is one of my favorite Bible studying tools to this day. If you're always connected to the internet, or if you have a pretty fast service, this can kind of be replaced with the internet. But it's a lot in there for a free app on the PSP. In order to put it on your PSP, all you need to do is be able to connect your PSP to the computer, either with a USB cord or by plugging the SD card into your computer. I believe in this case, all you have to do is drop Booker into the game folder. I'll put some text up on the screen if that's not how it works, but I believe this is one of the applications that doesn't require you to mod your PSP, and I'll leave a link for it down in the description. Well, that's pretty much it, so I hope you guys enjoyed this short little video. I'll have more content out later this week, and I'll see you guys in that. So I ended up finding what is called the KJ3. It's Green's literal translation. It's a literal translation of the same source texts as the King James Version, but it was done very recently.